Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn a short story of FYBA class, and this video is basically for the students of FYBA. Uh, the title of the paper is Appreciating Short Story, and this is the first and the most important short story we are going to deal with. If you look at the title of this story, you will understand that this is about someone who is believed to be a fortune teller. Actually, he is not. And if we begin to think about the short story is a very short fiction that is that has been defined by the various scholars. But the basic definition of the short story is that it can be read in a single sitting. If we take a piece of short story, you begin to read it, and it's possible that you may complete it within single reading. That's why it is called short story, and it's always brief, so that it will definitely make sense if you read it once. And this short story is the first short story we are going to deal with. This is the title of the short story is The Fortune Teller. So what do we mean by the fortune? Fortune means somebody who is fortune teller is somebody who tells us about these future events. It tells us about the life of what is going to happen in the future. So here, this is the first short story we are going to begin with. Here we can say that there is the central character is Dhanadatta. Dhanadatta is a rich man, and he has organized a grand wedding for his daughter. So we will understand this. And he has a habit of talking to himself. He talks to himself, and why does he talk to himself? Because his wife once asked him, why do you talk to himself? Because he has developed this, he calls himself Manduga. And why does he call himself a Manduga? Because he has this habit of talking to himself, and his mother used to call him because he used to jump like that. So if you look at this title, you will understand that this story is about someone. The story is about the fortune teller. Fortune means future, and teller means somebody who tells us a story. So here, if we read the first line, we will understand that there is someone who is very rich, and he is going to organize a grand wedding for his daughter. So this man is Dhanadatta. He is a very rich man in the village, and then we see another character. It is Hari Sharma. Okay, and as he listens the news of marriage of Dhanadatta's daughter, he becomes very happy because he is poor, and he becomes very happy because he is going to get invitation and he will have a lot to eat. That's why he talks to himself, and he talks to himself that he is happy because he will get something to eat. Okay. As he is talking to himself, his wife becomes angry, and she asks him that, why do you talk to himself? Isn't it? What happened to you? Is something bad with you? Okay. So this is the first paragraph if we read it. And why does he talk to himself? Why does this man, Hari Sharma, talk to himself? Because whenever he is nervous, he talks to himself, and because I want someone talk to me who will end. See, if we read this, you will understand that, because if there is nobody going to talk to him, he becomes nervous and he talks to himself. Okay? Then the same question comes in the mind of his wife, that why he calls himself Mandu. He tells that his mother used to call him Mandu because she loves him too much, and he has this habit of hopping like Mandu. Okay, so as he tells his wife that there is nobody who can talk with me, that's why I talk to myself, his wife becomes very unhappy. His wife becomes nervous, and she hugs him. Okay, so why does so this Hari Sharma, his wife hugged him, and she said that don't lose her. one day you will be rich, as today you are poor, and one day you will be rich. So definitely you will have a lot of things, and you will be famous. So, but if you look at this line, you will understand that he has lost all hopes, and he doesn't think that one day he will become rich. Okay. At the beginning, we have seen that he is waiting for the invitation of a marriage, isn't it? But unfortunately, he gets no invitation. This man, Dhanadatta, whose daughter's marriage is going to be there, he does not invite Harishama. Why? Because he is poor, and that's why he becomes unhappy, and he becomes unhappy here. Okay. Here, his wife gets the invitation, and she asks him that Dhanadatta is definitely very busy while organizing such a grand marriage or grand wedding, so that he might have forgotten about inviting you. And she requests him that if you would like to come, and you can join us. But he says that, okay, even though I am poor, I have my own pride, and I will not come, isn't it? So that his wife goes to attend the grand wedding, and as he is nervous, he has got no invitation. He goes, he leaves the place and goes into the jungle. Okay, so this is what at the beginning. Okay, so if you look at this slide, you will understand that here now the actual marriage takes place. The bridegroom comes on a horse, and as he attempts to dismount the horse, somebody has started loud crackers. Somebody has burst loud crackers, and because of that, the horse got stumbled, and the bridegroom was dismounted, and suddenly the horse, frightened, he ran away. Okay, so it is at the very beginning of the marriage, and everybody begins to think that this is a kind of bad omen, that if horse has gone, so how will there be marriage? And this is bad omen, so that there will be some bad things going to happen to this marriage. So here the question comes, where he might have gone. Okay, this is one thing. And see, if we can see in the another picture, this man Harishama, who is poor, is not invited to the marriage. So he leaves the place and goes into the jungle. As he was wandering around the jungle, he sees a horse, and he sees a horse. That horse was very frightened. This man goes towards that horse, Harishama, and he goes to the house, and he look at the animal, and he has understood that. He calls that animal, poor lamb, why are you trembling? So as Harishama has patted the horse becomes cool, and he drinks water. Then Harishama splashes some water on it. So this is what happens, and Harishama calls that horse that rest here, nobody will disturb you here, everything will be fine. So this is another part of the story. The first part of the story we have already seen. Then again the story shifts to the another part. That is, we are now going to see what is happening at the wedding place. So Dhanadatta is very much worried. He does not know what to do. He begins to ask everybody that if somebody can help him to find out the horse, so that he can find out the horse and the marriage will take place. He consulted many astrologers. He has talked to many people that see such and such thing has happened to me, and I want that horse to be found, because if we cannot find the horse, the marriage will not take place. So he decides to find out the horse. He goes everywhere. Okay, so this is one thing. And then now Harishama's wife comes home, and he tells him that something strange has happened in the wedding, and the horse, the bridegroom has dismounted, runs away. She narrates him everything. She tells him what has happened there, and she asks him that, do you know anyone better astrologer do you know somebody who can tell where horse is? He says that he does not say anything, he becomes quiet, and then suddenly his wife understands. Then suddenly his wife understands, and she asks him that your father was a very renowned astrologer, so you might have learned something from him, and you might have studied. You have already studied astrology. Okay, who has studied astrology? This man, Harish Sharma, when he was young. Okay, but Harish Sharma has told that forget about it, because now I know nothing about astrology, and I have already forgotten everything about astrology. So then his wife suggests him that, see, you are the one who can tell where horse is. If you go to Dhanadatta, you will understand that where the horse, you will be able to tell where the horse is. Okay. Here Harish Sharma is nervous, and we know that as he has no invitation for the marriage, he thinks that how can he go, and who will come to take my opinion? Nobody will come to take my opinion because I am poor. This was the opinion of Harish Sharma, and suddenly his wife gives him confidence and tells him that, see, you will definitely, somebody will come to you, and somebody will come to you and ask you that where the horse is. If you can tell, then it will be definitely better for you. Okay. So here Dhanadatta tries to find out the good astrologer, goes from one place to another, and finally he arrives at the house of Harish Sharma. Okay. And he comes to Harish Sharma and say that I have heard about your father, and you are also a good astrologer. I have heard you have studied once. So will you please help me to find out the horse? So Harish Sharma becomes happy, and he, as he was nervous at the beginning because he was not invited. Now the man who has not invited has himself come for the help. So Harish Sharma becomes happy and says that, of course, I will tell you where the horse is. And here he will begin to ask him the many questions. Okay. So the first question Harish Sharma asked him that what was the color of the horse? Isn't it? What was the color of the horse? So this Dhanadatta said that it was jet black with a patch of brown across its body. He asked many questions to him. So Harish Sharma has to be astrologer, so he closes eyes and tells him that what about his tail? How was his tail? Then he answers that it was mixture of black and brown. Suddenly something comes in the mind of Harish Sharma that he has seen the same kind of horse or the same horse in the jungle, and he has tied it to a tree. Isn't it? So he remembers it, and again he asks him question that what is the name of bridegroom? Isn't it? So Dhanadatta answered that Purna Chandra Datta is the name of bridegroom. Then Harish Sharma has closed his eyes and has calculated on finger many things. So again he asked another question that what time did the wedding party arrive? Dhanadatta answers him that as the sun set. Again Harish Sharma had made some calculation, and he has shown that he is thinking that he has some magical power that is telling of the fortune. So he closes his eyes and again begins to count things. Here Harish Sharma tells him that, see, as I have closed my eyes and I have worked on my astrological knowledge, I have understood that I have seen the horse. Send your mane in the jungle in the direction of setting sun. This is the same horse he has seen. So he tells Dhanadatta that send your mane to jungle, and there they will find the horse. So what happens, you know that the search operation has taken place. Dhanadatta has organized search operation, has asked his mane to go and find out where the horse is. Okay, and fortunately the horse is found. As the title is ironical. If we look at the title Fortune Teller, this Harish Sharma knows nothing about astrology. Just his wife has asked him something to do because this was considered as an opportunity. Fortunately, he has seen that horse in the jungle, so that's why he could tell us. Okay. So the horse is found, and the wedding takes place the following day. This time, Hari Sharma is given respect, and he becomes happy. He has been recognized as a good man. Then there comes another man who gives him invitation. There is one guest. He is a senior officer serving in the king's kingdom. He invites him and asks him to please visit the capital. Here, as Hari Sharma becomes happy, his wife becomes happy as well. Hari Sharma had won the respect, and now one thing is clear that if you look at this title, he had nothing to do with astrology. He knew very little about the astrology, but fortunately, he has seen that horse in the jungle. That's why he could tell it. So, dear student, this is very easy story. If we want to summarize it within 2 or 3 lines, you will understand that there is a man. The name of the man is Hari Sharma. This Hari Sharma is very poor. Nobody asked him anything, as he has lost all kind of self-respect because he has no money. Everybody takes him for granted. Then we have another character. The name of the character is Dhanadatta. If you look at the name of the character Dhanadatta, you will understand that Dhan means money. Datta, okay. So he is wealthy, he is rich, and at the outset, at the beginning, we understand that this Dhanadatta has organized, arranged a marriage, a grand wedding for his daughter. So everything is fine. Everybody gets the invitation except this man, our central character, Hari Sharma. He has got no invitation. As he has got no invitation, he becomes nervous and he talks to himself. He calls himself Mandu because he is nervous, and as his wife has asked him that why do you call yourself Mandu? He tells his childhood story that he used to laugh off like a frog, so that's why he is called Mandu. And this is one thing. Then we go to another thing, that is marriage. The proper marriage is about to take place. Suddenly the horse runs away in the jungle, and here Hari Sharma is not invited, so that he also goes into the jungle. Hari Sharma sees horse in the jungle, and as he sees the horse, he ties the horse, he takes care of the horse, he comes home. As he comes home, his wife tells him what has happened in the wedding place, and she tells him that the horse has gone away. So Dhanadatta is asking everybody that he is finding a good astrologer. So your father was a good astrologer. Why didn't you have already studied astrology? So why don't you go and tell him that where the horse is? So he said that nobody will ask him because he is not rich, he is poor. That's why he tells his wife that no, nobody will come to me. The next day, Dhanadatta comes to him and asks him that if he can help him finding the horse. So as Hari Sharma got no invitation at the beginning, now the man who had given no invitation has had himself come. So he is ready, and he tells him that where the horse is, the men are sent in the jungle and the horse is taken back. So everything is fine. Hari Sharma becomes happy. Dhanadatta gets the horse and the marriage takes place. So this is a very simple story, and we don't need to be afraid of this story. You will read it again and again. You will definitely be able to write in the examination. Thank you so much. So, if you look at that, if you look at the story, you will understand that this is a very good and interesting story. You need to read it again and again, so it will help you to understand. Okay. So, first of all, what you have to do while reading this story, you have to find out the difficult words. If if you begin with the fortune teller, you must know the meaning of the fortune. Fortune means luck, or somebody is telling about the future of things. The fortune teller. Here, if you look at the word fortune, you will understand that this teller is also a fortune. And if you take the another meaning, the fortune teller is somebody who is telling us the future. So this is one thing. Okay, you have to find out the difficult words. What are the difficult words in this story? So wedding, that is marriage, and Manduk, he calls himself Manduk. Why does he call himself Manduk? You have to focus on the plot. The story is simple. The story is simple that there is a man who is going to organize a marriage for his daughter, and the marriage, there is something happens in the marriage, and then the climax. Okay, thank you so much.